Welcome to the Mel Movie Podcast. I am here again with Talk with Spear. How are you, Spear?
I'm good. How about you?
So good. The Boys just ended, and we are going to be talking all things The Boys today. So if you're not following Spear, please follow him on YouTube, Talk with Spear, and also TikTok on IG, the same name. So, Spear, what did you think of this season, season 5 of The Boys?
I think that it was an improvement from the last season. I think that yeah, it wasn't perfect, but none of the seasons really, nothing really topped season one, two, and three.
Right.
I think if I had to put in the order, I like season one, season three, season two, five, and then four would be last.
Right.
But I think overall they kept the consistency of the boys, and we all knew that there was going to be people that fell out or died in the show, so we knew that some deaths was coming. I was expecting a little bit more from the boys' end, but it was just I knew some people was gonna go. We all knew it.
Yeah, I think
So
they were saying like nobody was safe in this season. I
yeah,
guess compared to another show with 5 seasons, Stranger Things, where everyone was safe, no one was safe in this show. So yeah, we had a lot of people pretty much eliminated right at the beginning of the season, like we talked before with A Train.
yeah. A Train. I knew it was coming with him, especially with this arc in the fourth season. I knew it was coming, and then him showing up in Gen V, helping Marie Monroe and the other kids out. I knew it was gonna come from him eventually. I just didn't think it was gonna come from that first episode.
Right.
Um, there's a couple things after watching the season. I kind of went back and watched clips of like the other episodes of the other season. There are some things I wish that would have got resolved in this season, and maybe like the stakes could have got a little bit higher since he's not basing it off completely off the graphic novel. But
Right.
we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, A Train died on the first episode. That was it was bittersweet, but also like his arc of who he became from when he started was really well put together. I think he had maybe the one of the better character arcs out of everybody in the show.
I'm gonna agree with that. He had pretty much a character arc that came like full circle from how his character was at the beginning. Where I feel like other characters may have not gotten such a drastic or dramatic arc for their final moments in this season.
Nah,
Yeah.
yeah, and Homelander pushing the whole God thing, and I can understand why a couple of people. I've seen a couple of Christians react to this thing like, "Oh, Paramount, we see what you're doing, we see the agenda." But I was like, Homelander at this point he would think he is God in the second coming, and why not? Because he thinks himself. This whole show has been parody over Trump. There's no secret to that.
Yeah, that's true.
Do I think it's a great idea to do that? Yes and no, but the comic book, the graphic novel was so everywhere. It was all over the place to where there was really graphic stuff in there that couldn't be shown in this. So, but yeah, I get the parallels and I get that, but yeah, Homelander thinking himself as God was just over the top, and that's
Well,
when
I
I
guess
knew that they
like
had to go ahead and push through with it. Go ahead.
with Homelander, I don't know if he thought he was actually God. He just wanted to be loved like God. He
Yeah, he
wanted
won.
people to love him like people love God. I don't know if he actually really, really deep down thought he was God, maybe a little bit like megalomaniac. But what you were saying that it parallels with our actual reality. It's good and bad. Like it's good as we're watching it currently because it is happening to us. But I don't know how timeless that is if like people from the future from right now are going to look at this and be like, "Oh, I don't understand that. Like I don't get that because it's not going to be their reality." Like it's very much like us going on right now. So I don't know. I mean as far as terms of media or like TV shows, like how
Yeah.
rewatchable is it? Like, could you watch it again in 10 years? Maybe. But it wouldn't, definitely wouldn't hit the same because we're living through a lot of the stuff that's going on in the show right now, like a parallel. But by then, if we won't, maybe we'll have something else. We'll have something different.
Well, yeah, I thought about that too. Would this show be rewatchable 10 years
Yeah.
from now? Like, would it be up there with Breaking Bad or The Wire, where you can kind of go back to it and just kind of rewatch it, or The Sopranos? I thought about
Right.
that.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
know. I don't know if it has that rewatchability. It feels quite contemporary. But overall, I mean, like for this season five, I felt this was definitely not the worst season. This is not the best season.
nah,
I did feel like a lot of the moments of our main characters being like eliminated from the chessboard. I think I had this complaint previously that we just didn't get a lot of moments feeling that as the audience, even though we've been with them for 6, 7 years now, like through the 5 seasons. I almost felt almost nothing for many of the characters that died.
I would say the probably the weakest death to me was Black Noir. I didn't like how he
Oh
went
yeah.
out. I was hoping for him. I knew he was gonna go, but I
Yeah.
just didn't. I didn't. I didn't like how they just kind of gave like the Deep just took him out so quick. I didn't like that,
Yeah.
and like the Deep going after his acting coach and taking him out. Then Black Noir went after the fishes and put the whole oil thing and contaminate the ocean and stuff like that, but and blamed it on the Deep. So yeah, that was crazy. But I didn't like how
Yeah.
Black Noir went out. I think that was like the weakest to me of
Anybody that
like.
had more than like 3 lines in that episode, you knew they were gonna go because normally they don't get that many lines, you know?
Yeah,
So it's like whenever
yeah.
they focus on someone a little bit too much on one episode, it's like, oh, they're gonna die. Like they're gonna go.
How did you feel about them picking back to Translucent Sun and using that, like going back to when Huey took out Translucent in the first season? How did you feel like about that episode? Did you feel like, because that's what led up to Black Noir and Deep having like conflict, because he kind of set Black Noir up.
Well, I'm glad that they did a uh in this episode of The Boys, and they showed us that with Translucent because that was in season one. One of the first was it one of the first episodes? It
It was the
definitely
first
happened. It
episode.
was the
It
first
was the first.
episode. I forgot all that. Okay, like that was a while ago. Sorry, guys, not gonna remember that. So never brought up again. Really, after season one, they did bring it up. I think Homelander did say something about it, but not brought up again afterwards. So I'm glad that they had a in this episode. In that episode, I did feel like, I mean, it was cool that they brought it back to kind of throw back to season one, what went on there, that there are consequences to the actions of the boys, and it's not just contained within one season. So
Mm-hmm.
that was good to see. I did like that they brought it back. I totally forgot about it, but I'm glad that we saw more consequences of what they did impact more people, because a lot of time we don't really see that. They just do things and then they continue to do things. We don't necessarily see all the consequences of how it affects everyone. So it just sucks for the
Yeah,
sun.
yeah. I thought that them doing it, we kind of didn't need that. I think if you took that out the episode still would have been really good.
Yeah, that was a good
But I guess
episode.
it was, yeah, I think it was just a good callback to
Hmm.
Dewey, but it also set up this friction, this short-lived friction between Black Noir and Deep, which
Yeah,
I was like, okay, you could have deal without the translucent episode, and you could have just had like, was it John Carlos character down in the basement, and they just like talking or whatever. I don't think you needed that, but I guess they just wanted to tie things back to the first episode. Like I said,
yeah,
I've been going back on a train and just watching clips of like the first season, second season a little bit, and just kind of like. And I remember the episode where Homelander was talking to what's her name, Marv, and
oh,
he was just like,
moth. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And he was just saying to her, they was going into a building saying like, Translucent's been gone for a couple of days. If one of us
hmm,
gone, all of us. This attack on all of us. We need to figure out what happened to him and
yep,
this and that. So yeah, that was like a big thing. But also, it was just like, I don't think it was necessary, but it did kick the
no.
friction between the Deep and Black Noir. And Deep is always trying to get Homelander's approval. So
Yes, even in this season five, continuously trying to get his approval. And Homelander realizes he's doing that. And in the last episode, he really tells him off about it. how he has like no respect for him, how he doesn't like that he's doing that, and that like really crushes the Deep. Finally, finally Homelander is telling him like, I don't care that you're trying to like he can see past this. It's like I cannot respect you for this that you're doing. Like Homelander has respect people who don't fear him, like Huey, like Billy Butcher, like that we saw that actor guy in like the 2 or 3 episodes before the finale. He respects people who don't fear him, but the Deep always did inherently fear him and always wanted to be like the right hand man of Homelander, but not through agreeing with him or liking him, but more so with fear.
Well, there's a lot to say about that particular scene because you also got to remember he's still upset about what Ryan said to him before that scene,
Mhm.
before they encounter. So a little bit of that hurt him that
Yes,
Ryan still don't approve of him and still don't want to be around him. So that probably like lingered in, and the Deep caught him at the wrong time,
definitely.
especially when he took the so-called pretending to be Elon Musk up in the air and took him to space. So
Is
yeah,
it
but
Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos? I thought it was Jeff Bezos. He was
it was
trying to.
Elon Musk. It was
He,
when he said the
he was
space
trying to
race.
pretend to be Elon Musk. I mean, like Elon Musk character. I thought it was Jeff
Yeah.
Bezos with the hat. But either way, yeah, you're right.
Let's go back to like before like Round of Friction. We got Old Father, and then I liked his character. I thought he
I
was
love
really
it.
cool. And
I know.
then like we get to of course the Deep and Black Noir friction, but then you get to like the unaliving of Firecracker and Firecracker
Oh yeah,
episode that's pretty good. I like that they kind of showed her like her without like all the stuff that she be doing in the seven, and I like the fact that you kind of see her be a little bit more herself for a minute. But then also you see that she's a very complicated person. Like she gave up her whole religion to follow Homelander.
yeah. That she had been raised in and that she grew up in, and she was very like faithful, like strong in that religion, and she wanted to, she wanted to show Homelander she will give it all up for him, but
And she paid a terrible price for that
yeah,
shit.
actually, it was kind of tragic when he Homelander killed Firecracker. Um, and like I think you were saying, like when Black Noir was eliminated by the Deep, it just didn't hit as hard. I don't know. Maybe in that episode, that writing wasn't the best because Firecracker had a much better kind of like backstory situation. Like we could have. I guess this is like the second Black Noir, right? So
Yeah, that was the
original
second
Black
Black
Noir.
Noir.
Yeah,
But
this
I
is the
think I
second.
think I think Eric Kripke only had just enough. I think he just wanted to focus in on Firecracker and
Yeah, that was
making
a good.
her like us feel something for her because she gave up a no one really liked Firecracker. I think everybody was more invested in Black Noir. I think it would have been better if he wrote something for Black Noir fate. That way we would have like been fully
Yeah.
invested. Firecracker, that could have just her throwing her really. We didn't need the backstory on that. I think he could have gave us a backstory on Black Noir. Would led him
I
up to become
agree. We
Black
could have had
Noir. So
a backstory with the second Black Noir for sure. I think that would have been good. We had what he was doing currently, but we didn't get that emotional response. Like seeing like the turmoil that Firecracker had in that episode, and then what happened at the end. You really feel something for her. But fortunately, with Black Noir, how it was written, what he was doing, it was kind of like, okay, I guess like these are the events that are going on now. Fortunately, the emotional attachment is not as much with how that episode set it up to be, which it could have been more.
yeah, and also too. Like going back to I'm just going back and circling back to certain scenes of the episodes or certain things. Like when A Trade gone, Homelander feels alone, and that's
Hmm.
the thing. That's weird because I don't remember him being that close to A Train. In fact, he always shitted on A Train every chance he got. So it's crazy that he felt all that emotional depth with A Train
He called him real
and
like fat in those episodes where he was gaining
called
weight
him
and being
fat,
slow.
slow,
It was
and
so
all this other stuff.
funny. But he
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
nice
like
to him. He treated him like kind of poorly too. Like
yeah, he treated him like crap. And I'm like, where's all this coming from, dude? And then like,
yeah,
so he got alone and he unthawed his father, Soldier Boy, and tried to use Soldier Boy to help find the Formula V, and pushing them tried with the virus. They let it loose early on in the episode to a couple just regular soups, and it didn't work for Soldier
Right.
Boy, but it worked for the other regular soups. And that's when they found out that he's set up differently. They try to find the same formula that worked for him and use it for Homelander. So he used Soldier Boy to try to find it, but then try to build a relationship with it. And Soldier Boy was smashing Firecracker, which led up to her and Homelander, and then the ultimate death that happens.
Yeah. Well, they didn't end up killing Soldier Boy in this season. I guess they want to keep him alive in case we ever come back to the present because we will be going to the past. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We're going to the past in Vought Rising with Soldier Boy, but I think they want to keep their options open and not having Soldier Boy be killed in season 5.
That's gonna be weird for me. Like, why would you keep him? Why would they keep him? Because we're gonna get to the ending. We're gonna get to the ending all that in a minute. But I just thought about that. And I was just like, I guess they're gonna do like a modern day like thing with the bot right. We'll get to that in a
I
minute.
think
But
so.
yeah, how'd you feel about? So basically, this season, the reason why I felt it was lackluster because they was promoting Vault Rising pretty heavily in
So
this season. A
hard.
lot, yeah,
Yes.
with all the callbacks.
Yes. So many. And what's crazy is I would watch Vault Rising anyways. Like I really would. If I didn't know what was that bomber guy's name? Bomb Strike?
Uh, Bombshell, Bomb Strike, one of them.
Yeah.
I liked his character. I thought he was cool.
Yeah, he was cool, but we didn't need him like at all in season 5. I don't need any pretext or preamble. I will watch Vought Rising regardless of knowing any of the extra characters that they're giving us in this season. We didn't need this much promo for Vought Rising. I would watch it anyways. Like couldn't like focus on your season 5 characters. We don't need,
Right.
see what I'm saying? We don't need all that. Or if we need that, give us like a mini episode of Vault Rising if you want before it even airs. I'm sure they can make one.
Right. What did you? I'm gonna cover 2 episodes real quick. How did you feel about the Spawn episode where they went into the thing trying to look for the Compound V, but that place was like filled with things that fueled their anger up towards each other, and they was
Oh
like
yeah,
all expressing
of
all their
course.
hatred towards each other and stuff like that, the stuff that they didn't like and stuff like that. And Starlight had her own arc in that episode where she got to meet her father and she got to confront him and deal with that. So, how did you feel about that episode?
I actually like that episode too. I like the firecracker one. I like this episode. We did get like that thing with Soldier Boy and his brother. We get like a little bit of that. Like
Yeah,
I could have used maybe one or two more extra flashbacks of that. That's okay. But
we're
I
gonna
did
get that
like.
in Vol Rising.
I guess we'll get that. Yeah, we'll get that in Vault
We'll get
Rising.
that in
I guess
Vol
that's all
Rising.
the promo for it. I thought it was when Soldier Boy put Homelander in that uranium box, uranium like concealed cage. I was
Hmm.
like, oh wow, this is actually going to contain him. He comes out like a minute later. I'm like, why even why even bother then? Have it be more like a struggle because he didn't have the V1 at that time. He was a regular soup. I mean, the most powerful soup, but still a regular soup. He wasn't like an immortal soup like
Yeah,
Soldier Boy at that time. So, like, could we have had him be like a little bit more stuck because it was like commercial break and then he comes back. He's like, I'm out of here now. It's like, okay, well, what was even the point of this? Like,
I think again they were promoting Vol Rising, and I think
yeah,
they're gonna showcase him and his brother conflicting with each other. So again, they showcasing Vol Rising all over again. So that was a promotion with that, and
yeah.
also like that episode was really good, and I wanted to touch on like the episode where Homelander had to go to Jensen Ackles' other half from Supernatural and try to find out where
Mm.
his bombshell is, because they found out that bombshell had the Compound V, and they was trying to find it. They went to Jensen Ackles. His name is Jared Palecki, or how you
Yeah.
say?
Mhm. Yeah, you're saying it.
Yeah, that episode, and it had Seth Rogen, who's the producer of the show, and They had me loving in there. They had Craig Robinson show up and all these. I was like, bro, what is going on here? It's like all the Seth Rogen gang just popped up in here. It's like
Yeah.
this is the end, part two all over again. I was like, bro, what is going on here? How you feel about
So
this
the
stuff?
episode it is fun, but I don't need fun. I need plot. Like, can we, can we, can we get to like, it's just like fluff. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of fluff. It's fun. It was funny. You know, like I enjoyed watching it like as entertainment. But as far as for the story as season 5, for the
Mm-hmm.
severity of this is the last season, like you gotta wrap things up, like you gotta give us some answers. Okay, I get it. I think I said it before. It's like you don't need to give me all the conclusions, but it needs to be concluded. You need to
Right.
conclude this in a point. So it's fun. I agree. Like that's cool, but we could have had this 3 seasons ago with whatever thing made up when Soldier Boy first came up, and it would have. Do you see what I'm saying? This could have come up at any time, at any season with Soldier Boy, like this situation. It didn't have to be this season 5, where I feel like every minute should be a little bit more carefully thought out to move the plot along. Because,
Yeah.
and you could say, oh, it is because they're trying to. No, it's not. Do you know what they're doing is just kind of like side quests, like a bunch of side quests.
I agree. I agree. Um, Also, like with that episode, I just feel like it was a filler. Like Seth
Yep.
Rogen, he has to include himself in every production that he's involved in because it has to be known that he's involved in all the stuff that we get. And like he's involved in Invincible, he's involved with the boys, he's involved with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. He got a voice. He got to include himself in everything. Let everybody know that
I guess it's
this
in his
is
contract. He
yeah.
has to
This
appear
this
or
is this
voice. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I don't
So
know.
you
I'm just
have to let everybody know that he's involved in all that. Um, yeah, and then we get to. So I want to touch on a few characters. I feel like Huey didn't have anything. There was nothing for Huey. Mother's
nothing.
Milk, not really. And another thing about Mother's Milk, like there was never no resolution with him and Soldier Boy. None.
Oh,
In
I
season
know.
three, yeah, so in season three,
I
we found
know.
out that Soldier Boy was responsible for,
Yes.
killing his parents.
Right.
It just never got resolved.
And Soldier Boy had no remorse about it at all.
He didn't know. He didn't know. But
No, but
then, like,
I mean, like to him, he didn't care that he did that.
nah, he didn't
It's
care.
not a
He
thing.
didn't care.
He didn't care. He didn't care about it at all in season 3, and it was never. Well, I think did they bring it up once in the season? They might have brought it up once in the season, but very
That
they didn't bring it up.
he mentioned how much he disliked Soldier Boy, but it was never brung up again. And
Yeah,
he was pissed that Soldier Boy came back, but it just never got brung up again. There was no resolution for
there's
that.
no resolution.
So I don't know how they gonna tie that in. But we're gonna see Mother's Milk again and Balt Rising? Is that what's gonna happen? We don't really know. I feel like when we
I mean,
get to
are we
Balt
gonna
Rising, I get
see
my
like what is? Well, I guess we saw the flashback. Are we gonna see more in depth of like why that happened? I mean, we saw the flashback in season 3. Was it like we know what happened? Like the car
yeah,
stops.
we know what happened, but I don't. It was just no resolution.
No, none.
Uh,
Or
I
like
want to.
there was no vindication for it. The
There
mother's
was
milk did
nothing
not
on
vindicate
that.
for it.
That he didn't get no resolution other than him getting back with his family. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, that was good.
Ryan
Honestly.
Ryan went rogue and was doing some dirty stuff, but he was also trying to hide from Homelander, and he got his ass handed to him in like I think episode 4 by Homelander. Homelander would swear up and down that he didn't rape his
His
mother.
mom, yeah,
Yeah,
butchered
did
wife.
he?
Yeah.
Do you remember him admitting that he did it? Did he ever admit it, or was he just consistently
I
lying through the whole thing?
To butcher, he said that she wanted it, but I he did he ever admit it? The thing is, they have it on camera, so
Well,
he
they
might
have it
have
on
admitted it.
camera where she walked in and was there for 3 hours, and then she came back. She was getting her stuff together, but it didn't really say anything. And I'll be honest, Homelander never gave me the vibe that he would do stuff like this. So we don't really we. There's some theories online as
I
they
think it
are.
was coercion. I think it was just like
You
he's a
think it was
soup.
coercion?
You're a human. You know, like he can
You
easily.
have to do this type of thing. You
I
think he
mean,
did
like
that?
kind of like when Starlight came into the Seven. That
But
the
that was
the
the
Deep
deep.
told her.
Now
Yeah,
the deep showcased it. The deep,
I know, but
I
Homelander
he
was never like
showcased it
that
with his
kind
comic
of
book.
predatory, sexual kind of a person, and even less so. Even less so as the seasons go by, he becomes less and less like that.
Yeah,
Um,
he just really into himself. He
yeah.
he never showcased it, so I don't know. You know, I'm not saying it didn't happen, but it's just we that one is kind of ambiguous
I think
because
it was like a type of coercion, but at the same time, maybe he probably doesn't think that. Probably Homelander doesn't think that, or he just
yeah,
thinks that everyone has to do what he says.
I
He's
don't
kind of
know.
like that. He's kind of like that. So
Yeah, but he did not show any sexual tension towards anybody outside of like Stormfront. That was it. Even with
yeah.
Maeve, he didn't even want to mess with her like that.
Right. Well, she was a lesbian, but
Well,
the
but they did have relations
they
before,
did.
but
Yeah, you're right. He did have some relations with her. Maybe Elizabeth Shue's character, but that was like a very motherly kind of a
there was
weird
some
role.
motherly sick type of thing going on
Yeah,
with
that
them.
was a motherly sick type of thing. Trying to think
But
of anybody else with Homelander because other characters are definitely like that, but Homelander,
never showed.
that's not what motivates him. That's not what motivates him.
Yeah, they never showed it. Never
Mm-mm.
showed it. Stormfront was the only one that got to him.
Yes, Stormfront was the only one.
Yeah,
Um,
it never showed it. But I don't know. We'll never know. Yeah, Ryan
right.
had a really cool arc too. And then, like I said, Soldier Boy slept with Firecracker. He got irritated with it, told Homelander because him and Homelander had a bonding moment, and then he told him about it, and that Homelander found out he wasn't even mad at Firecracker. He just didn't want her around, but her begging to stay, that's what ultimately led for her to
Yeah,
die.
I know. Because that was basically the last thing that she had going for her, other than being a soup, of course. But it was like her whole, she betrayed her whole family, her whole like church going group. You know what I'm saying? So she made a lot of questionable things, even like saying that that guy that was her pastor was kind of like a pedo and stuff like that, like
Yeah, just completely
insinuating like
lied on her.
terrible like lies. Exactly.
So
Yeah.
we didn't feel nothing for Firecracker, even though like I said, I think Eric Kripke had the right ideas, just the wrong characters. I think he should have did that with Black Noir
He should have done that
instead
with
of
Black
Fire.
Noir. Yeah.
Yeah,
I felt like we had a lot of characters thrown at us. Man, I don't want to compare it again to Stranger Things. It's like they had a lot of new characters. We don't need that. Just give us our main characters and we want to see them. Like you were saying about Huey, he didn't do anything this season. Yeah,
he
he
didn't
did
do
nothing.
nothing.
And even his ending, I was like, where the crap is this? When did he ever say anything about coming back to doing anything like this ever? Never. Like I was just when I saw it,
Yeah,
I was like, "Is this really what you're doing right now?" Well, we'll get to the season finale, but
yeah,
yeah, what
we
we
get to
want to see our
that.
main characters. Maybe we could have gotten more resolution, like you were saying with Mother's Milk and Soldier Boy. Maybe we could have, maybe like even a conversation. Obviously, he's not gonna, Mother's Milk is not gonna kill Soldier Boy, right? He was
We
gonna live
didn't.
in the season, but he didn't even have like a conversation and confront him. Like that, we couldn't have more to that. There's a lot of
We
things that were not totally
we
resolved.
instead of them doing that, they focused on getting us a POV shot with the dog, a dog that we didn't see up until like
Terror.
now. Yeah,
Okay, I love that dog. Is
terrorist in
so
the comic.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah, terrorist in the comic. He was a cute dog, but it's like they wasted that on everything. But that POV of how what everybody else we seeing from everybody's perspective, that was cool. But the dog was unnecessary, very unnecessary. I'm like, you haven't shown terror this whole time, and you just
It's
now
true.
popping up. Tara.
It was like, oh, I
Um,
have this dog since when?
Tara's been in the comics. Tara was in
I
the
know, but
comics.
in
He
the
pissed
show,
on Homelander.
yeah,
Yeah, he pissed
yeah.
on Homelander.
But I think
Um,
they said in the comics like the dog dies and then it like sets Butcher into the motion to really come after Homelander
yeah,
like head on.
it was Homelander that took the dog out.
Oh, we
So
couldn't have had that on screen. Oh no,
nah, that
everyone
would have
would have
been
turned
too.
off their TVs immediately. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, we can't have it. The dog was too cute. I hate that the dog died, but it seemed like it was from natural causes. But yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't
that,
from Homelander in the show. And also the
nah.
dog is he died in real life, so RIP dog, super
Oh,
cute.
he died in real life.
Yeah, they had like a little memory thing about him, I think. Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
think
didn't know
so.
that.
At the end or the
Oh
beginning of it.
wow. But yeah, how did you? So we get. Let's get to sisters. Well, first of all, let's get to Starlight. I want to touch on Starlight first, and then we get to Sister Sage. Would you?
Yeah.
How you feel about Starlight? This whole series, like the
A
scene with her
series as a
dad.
whole, I mean
Yeah,
like
scene. Yeah, well, not the series, but this season. Like her going to her dad, found out she has a brother, half brother, and that whole thing, like what would you think, what would you think that was about? Was that to like motivate her or get her, because it seemed like she was going to the dark side a little bit because she just stopped caring, but then it's like
yeah,
when she
but
got with
then
her father, that
yeah,
things
she
changed
started to
a little
care
bit.
more. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree with that. But I guess like she doesn't bring it up again. There's so many things in this show that happen like one time and then they like never bring it up again. The dad mentions the mom. We had the mom, I think, like 2 seasons that she was around Starlight's
and
mom.
never seen her
We
again.
never seen her again. She doesn't even exist anymore. So we have the
Yeah,
dad. Okay, I mean, I guess that he pop up, and then the brother. That was kind of cool to see, like how the kids' perspectives are in that world of what Starlight is doing. So she gets to see like this is what people really, even people young like her brother are thinking about her.
yeah.
Um, it was all right. I mean, like but Starlight, in this season as a whole, I
Hmm.
felt like, yeah, I feel like she could have had. I guess like I don't know what arc that she would go on.
It wasn't
She's
really
not.
an arc. I think it was just like a finish line. Like she had probably like like A Train inadvertently had a different her finish was at the end. So I guess they're just trying to cover all bases about her and trying to like fix, like just not fix it but just showcase all bases of her because she was giving hope a little bit. And
Yeah, she was giving up hope a little bit, especially like everything seemed that it was just so difficult to execute any of their plans. Like it always seemed like Homelander and these people were like a step ahead of them, like in the beginning of the season.
yeah, and then then we get the POV shot of Sister Sage. Sister Sage didn't surprise me. I knew she was gonna turn on Homelander eventually. She didn't never wanted to be there in the first place.
No, she didn't want to be there, and honestly, she was annoying to me this whole season.
You think so?
I didn't mind her in Gen V season 2. Um, she was all right, but I was just like, she couldn't predict that Soldier Boy was going to give Homelander the V1 because of something with Stormfront. Okay, whatever. And then she just kept trying to eat like Crunchwrap Supremes and be
Taco
lobotomized because
Bell.
she felt so depressed about the whole thing. What I think was what really she should have brought up more was that she was devastated about the whole Godolkin thing. And really, we only get like one line in the whole season about that. So what? It's
Yeah,
nothing in season 2, Gen V has, like we never bring it up. This is my problem with the show. We never bring it up. This happened. We saw it. And those events happened right before these events. So
you
she
know
should
what I
be
think.
like, oh, Godolkin, like give me at least like a little bit of lines about it, and maybe that's why you're not like your abilities are not as good because you are like emotionally devastated or
You
something.
know
I
what I
don't know.
think. You know what I think. What happened with this season? I think, well, from what I've heard, there's rumors that Eric Kripke had a whole different set for this season, but when Gen V canceled, it kind of set things. He had to kind of rewrite a lot of stuff,
Yeah,
especially with the Gen V characters. And I think there was more that was going to be added to this if Gen V didn't cancel. So I think Gen V canceling may have messed up season 5 of The Boys.
Potentially, yeah,
Yeah, and
because
then
there's a lot of
and it,
disconnect. There's a ton of disconnect.
yeah, I think that's what happened. I think that Gen V canceling messed up a lot of things that was supposed to happen in season 5 of The Boys. I think that screwed it up, and I think he got lost with them promoting Vault Rising. It's like, well, we got to focus on Vault Rising. We got to make sure we keep people interested in Vault Rising. And
I mean, I
yeah,
would have been
so
interested even if we didn't know about Bomb Site, if we didn't know about. I mean, we already know about Stormfront. That already happened. I mean, I would have been interested anyways. We didn't need all that. We could have
so you didn't you
tied it
didn't
to the
like
story.
you didn't like Sister Sage in this season. I feel like it was fun to have her and kind of seeing like her arc and kind of like her just kind of being normal. She seemed very happy that she didn't have that power
Oh,
anymore. She
actually, I loved so with Sister Sage. I did like her ending overall, but I felt like we should have had more consequences or impact from what happened in Gen V season 2 with her because she was in
well,
it so much.
I think we did. I mean, she lost the love of her life. She lost
I
Kadokin,
know,
and he really didn't even love her like that. So I think we
but
did get
they
the
never bring it up. They bring it
well,
up in one line.
Homelander trashed her. Said he knew about Kadokin and all this stuff, and he knew about all that, and he trashed her for it.
But
So
she
I
didn't
think
say
like,
anything.
yeah, but she was grieving about it the whole
Yeah,
time. That's why she was
yeah,
watching Fantasy Island.
yeah. That's true. That's true. She
Yeah,
was watching a lot of Fantasy Island.
yeah, she did suffer this year. She lost the love of her life, who she thought she was in love with,
Yeah,
and
she
he
thought she was.
used her. He used her just like Homelander used her, and she. That's why she just kind of like she want the world to burn because she was hurt. She was hurt that the guy that she thought she was in love with didn't recoup the same feelings, and he was using her just like Homelander used her. So she just felt alone. Hence why she had that big
Yeah.
old thing, the Starlight thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, there was a lot of dongs in this season.
When is there not?
No, there usually is. There usually is in
Yeah,
the Oh Father and Ashley scene. They've got a bunch on on the bed when they're in the White House. So
yeah.
that was funny.
Ashley, I did like Ashley thing. I knew she was gonna convert too, cause she deep down in her core, she knew everything that Homeland was doing was wrong, and that thing in the back of her head was letting her know that
Bashley, yeah. I like
Ashley,
Bashley. Bashley was funny.
Bashley was funny.
Yeah.
Bashley had the voice of reason, and Bashley was trying to tell her the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And even though her ending wasn't a happy ever after, but she did. She got off easy. I say she got
She
off
went to
easy.
France. Like A Train told her, let's go to France.
Nah,
I'll
that
take
was
you to France.
Kamiko.
Oh,
That was
Kamiko?
Kamiko.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
Ashley got she got impeached. She was the president. She got
She was
impeached.
impeached like immediately. You're right. That was Kimiko. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Kamiko. So we get to the Kamiko and Frenchie situation.
Oh my gosh.
I
They tried
yeah,
so hard to make me care. I'm
that was
sorry.
like
Yeah, like that.
yeah, it
I
was
felt
like
some
it.
things. Then Frenchie died, and then I felt like they tried to force me to really care, and I'm like, I just don't care anymore. I'm sorry. Like,
Well, it wasn't even. It's not even that. Like, let's go back. Frenchie was helping her, when she was really helping him, and he Frenchie was dating a guy at one point, and then just
yeah,
out of
season 3.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then like that went away, and then he
Hmm.
started this thing with Kamiko, and I was just kind of like, okay. And they try to make us invest in this because there always been this thing between them two, but it was never sexual though. It was more like him trying to
Brother
help
and
her.
sister. Kind of like
Yeah,
that.
like it
Yeah, it
was
was like
never
that.
like this. So I was just kind of like, this feels forced. And then
It
like
did to me
I
too. Yeah, I agree.
I knew Frenchie was gonna go though. I would tell you I knew he was gonna go when they did put them together. I was like, oh, he's gonna go in season 5. I knew it was gonna happen.
Oh, you thought so?
Yeah, I knew. I just wasn't gonna feel nothing about him. Like, you gonna off him, but you gonna make it to where I'm not feeling anything for him because y'all never did just make a real connection with friendship. Half the time you can't even understand what he's saying.
I watch The Boys like I do every TV show with subtitles, so that actor does not
But
talk like that at all. But
no, he
Frenchie,
talked.
French,
I heard how he talked. He talked like a normal person. I was like, bro,
yeah,
what the?
he does a really good job with that accent. Like it's so, I feel like it's continuous. Like he's able to keep it up, but it can be a little bit incomprehensible sometimes. I agree, but I watch it with subtitles. So
Yeah.
I felt like on the episode where Frenchie Frenchie is killed by Homelander, I felt like when Kimiko was holding him and he was kind of like dying in her arms, it just took me out of
Mhm.
it. I'm like, I was feeling more for Frenchie. I'm like, oh man, this sucks. Like, Frenchie, he's been here since the beginning. He's an original The Boys guy. And then Kimiko's holding him, and I'm just like, oh, this is killing it for me. It felt so cringe.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I don't know if it's I think it's partially the writing, and also the situation. I'm like, and then okay, so then we have the next episode after that, the finale. We'll go into the finale. The beginning speech that they have for Frenchie, where he's reading that, I'm like, can nothing be serious for like 2 seconds in this freaking show? I was so, maybe it's just me. I was so annoyed. Can we
I
not have
you.
like one thing be like a little serious? Because Frenchie is one of the boys. Like, what happened if
Yeah.
Butcher was to go? You're gonna tell me you're gonna read a speech with some things like you're gonna write a speech that he would write with some things about like you guys are my poop or something like that. I was like, come
Nah.
on now.
What did you think
I hated that.
about before we get all the way into the finale? What did you think about when Homelander got the V? Did you think it was how you think it? Did you think it was over with once he got it?
Honestly, and I was expecting a lot more of that CGI energy. I was expecting like him to be like doing more destruction potentially. Like now he's immortal, so no one can like really like nothing can really get him, right? I expected him to be doing way worse stuff, is what I thought. It ended with the episode just like, yeah. And then he was like very like Super Saiyan powered, right? He was like gonna go. I'm like, oh man, he's gonna do some destruction. And it really wasn't like that.
Nah, it really wasn't. They've been experimenting with Kamiko with the thing and then just like it didn't it and it just they tried to experiment and then of course that's the episode where we lost Frenchie and then
Yeah.
we get to the finale. First of all, the finale looked amazing. I could tell that he shot this strictly for the movies and
Oh
it
yes,
looked really
the
good.
camera quality was much better, like
Yeah,
exponentially better.
yeah,
Now,
it was.
not all the scenes I feel like were the cinematography was the best, but the film itself, movie
Yeah,
quality for sure.
yeah, it was shot
Yeah.
really good. And then the finale was everything they went right into action after they did the Frenchie thing. They went right into the White House and Ashley
Yeah.
helped. They took out the Starlight and Deep when talking. How'd you feel about Starlight still trying to reason with Deep after all he put her through?
Well, it's kind of good to see that still Starlight is not that cynical, like and jaded like the other boys would be, like to be coming after the Deep. But maybe she could get him to see that Homelander did not care about him, the manipulating him and all that stuff, but ultimately, the Deep had to go. He just sucked this entire season. You know, he was just terrible. He had no redeeming qualities, like at all. Even the fish turned against him. The fish, all the aquatic wildlife turned against him. So that just goes to show how sucky of a character he was this season. But honestly, I
Yeah,
love Chase Crawford, the actor. I feel like every time I watch The Deep, it's so funny. He's like really giving us like such ridiculous like line delivery, and I'm here for it. But The Deep is a
I,
terrible character.
I really hope he gets something that's like extremely the polar opposite of what he just got.
Yeah.
I hope all of them, cause you've been with these guys for like 6 7 years, and it's like I hope all of them do something that's completely different from what they just did. I know Jack Quaid been doing films and
Yeah.
he's been trying to step away from being Huey. Hence why he played roles like Scream and Companion, where he played the villain, because he's trying to separate himself from Huey, because he don't
Yeah,
want
and
people to
like
see
in
him as Huey.
Novocaine, he was more like Huey, kind of like going along
Yeah,
with
he
what
was
was
more
going
like
on.
Huey in Novocaine,
Yeah, in
and I was
Novocaine.
like, but Companion and
Oh yeah,
Scream,
he was a villain in that. I was like,
yeah,
oof, I want to punch you in those movies, like that character. But in the boys,
yeah.
no, he's not punchable. He's a good guy. He's doing good stuff.
And Carl Urban's and Anthony Starr probably like the only two that's gonna pretty much like they can do anything. Like Carl Urban can like play Butcher and then go off and be Johnny Cage and do
Oh,
all these
he
crazy
yeah,
characters. Like he's just a really great actor.
he's been in a ton of movies, like iconic movies, Lord of the Rings, Star Trek.
Lord of the Rings, The Born Supremacy, where he
The boys.
played the Russian and he spoke Russian, and the Riddick movies, and then
Oh, that's
Dread. So he got like a vast variety. And Anthony Starr, like I knew him from Banshee, the show Banshee, and then
Oh
him
yeah,
being
I tried to watch that, but I didn't end up continuing to watch it. It's on HBO, I think.
it's good. It's
I
good.
feel
It's good to see him do something be different than Butch than not Butch but Homelander. And in fact, if you want to switch roles, they both could play each other because I could see Anthony Starr being Butcher and
like.
Carl Urban being Homelander. So I think both of them just really good actors that can swap roles if they want to.
I know. The thing is, the show, I feel like without them two being such good actors, might have failed, honestly, because we get a lot of screen time with both of them. And anytime like Anthony Starr is playing Homelander, I'm just like, man, this guy. And then Butcher too. Like they take it to the next level. Well, everyone
Yeah,
is doing well, but obviously they're like the main
they're
character.
like the main.
Yeah, they're the
It
top
doesn't work
bills.
if
Yeah,
it doesn't work if neither one of them are really like
it's
just
true.
okay.
I
So
saw another movie with Anthony Starr, Cobwebs. He was like a mild Homelander. He was just like a asshole dad in that. He was
yeah,
also
he good at playing that. So
yeah
hopefully he'll do something with a little bit more of a lighter tone than him being Homelander. So yeah, they get to the White House.
yeah. They
They
get
Ashley helps
underground
them.
tunnels, and then
Yeah,
Ashley helps
Ashley
them get
helps
in.
them. Huey and them they took out old father, with the thing that Ashley bought him. Do you think she bought
This
that to kill him though? Because
no.
people say like,
Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't know. It seemed like she really liked banging him.
yeah, but
I don't
there's
think
some
even
people like I
Ashley
think
said
she bought.
anything about it.
Yeah, there's some people saying like, oh, she bought that because she was gonna unalive him eventually. I was like, I don't think so. I think she's just really freaky, and they was just
Wait, so when did she buy that? Was it before or after they had tea? It was after. If it
that
was
was
after,
yeah, it was after what she presented
oh,
to him. Then she had
then
the
yeah,
conversation. Then she had the conversation about Homelander, and that's when she asked Bashley like, what is he thinking? Like, read his mind, and because she was concerned because he was really riding for Homelander tough, and she didn't
no,
want
then
him
you're
to
right. It
lose.
could have been like potentially to harm him because if after that conversation, she saw him that he could be a threat to her if he ratted her out
Yeah.
potentially to Homelander. So
So
Ashley's trying to survive
yeah,
the whole series. I love Ashley. She's been trying to survive. That poor girl. She's been trying to survive. So
trying to
yeah.
survive Homelander.
So it
They
makes
get into
sense
a
that
fight.
she would have gotten that to for him to use his ability, and then it kind of blew up the head, which is what happened in the boys.
Yeah, so yeah, they took old
In
father out. Then the epic fight with Homelander, Butcher, Kamiko, and I don't
and
like when
Ryan.
I look back at that fight that Butcher had with him when he had the compound being him. I don't remember Butcher being that strong and just like he was handling his own with Homelander, but Homelander was trying to run. I was like, okay, you are immortal now, and you seem like you trying to run from Butcher because they see that Kamiko got the thing in her that Soldier Boy got. Oh yeah, and another thing, him putting Soldier Boy back on ice. I feel like they're gonna use Soldier Boy in the modern times. I don't know what's gonna happen with Soldier Boy.
Honestly, they could reprise this boys. Give it like 5 or 6 years, You know what I'm saying?
You think they're gonna come back with the original cast, with some of the original cast?
Well, yeah, definitely not Homelander after this season finale, but they could if they wanted
Nah,
to.
they go,
I mean,
but Huey, maybe Starlight will make an appearance, or I can see Mother's Milk making an
maybe
appearance
Mother's
in the
Milk.
modern time. Because I think he gonna still go after Vought. Uh,
It could be
uh,
something like Vought Rising season 2, and it could be like, is his name like Esposito? It's not Esposito. What is his name?
Giancarlo Esposito,
Yeah, but in the show, what is it? Edgar. Edgar. It
Eggers. Yeah,
could be something like Soldier Boy and Edgar, and it could be a modern day thing, because we did see at the end of the season finale that now Edgar is now in charge of Vought, right? Like, there's no
yeah. So they took that, and then Ryan came in, beat up
Ryan came in.
Homelander. They hit him with the blast. Homelander is human, and everything that people been saying about him for years, how weak he is and how pathetic he is, and it showcased when he lost all his powers. Anthony Starr is a really good actor. I don't know
I
how he
know.
did that.
So good.
I don't know how he made himself, because when he's Homelander, he's like this. But when he got human, he was so small and it looked like the suit didn't even fit him no more. I was
That
like,
might have been on purpose. I did notice that his suit fit more ill on him because before it was more like tight with the padded muscles. Because
yeah,
Anthony Starr is like a skinny guy, but
yeah,
in this when he became not a soup anymore after the blast from Kamiko, it did seem like the suit was too big for him, like a kid wearing like his dad's clothes almost. I think that
yeah,
is on purpose. I think that is on purpose because I did notice that as well. I don't think
yeah,
that's the
like,
same suit.
and just, yeah, and he tried to fight Butcher, and Butcher's
Yeah.
military trained, so there was no way he was going to take him on one on one.
Yeah, but Butcher works out. You
But
know,
Butcher, yeah, but
Butcher
Butcher's
can
also
fight.
from the, yeah, he's from the military, so like
Yeah.
he been through actual fight as a human.
Yes.
Anthony Starr, Homelander, has never been in a real fight, the Homelander character,
No,
but
he's always just had the superpowers, and he's pretty much gotten rid of anyone that stands in his way with the use of his superpowers. Not like in a fair fight situation, unless it's with another soup. But even then, he's the most powerful soup, so he usually always wins, right? Like he always wins.
yeah,
So
he was one of the most powerful because he had Superman like qualities.
yeah,
But then like Butcher takes him out with the crowbar. He begging for his life. Butcher took him out. And then, I thought that was gonna have a later part of the show, but then you get to the scene, fast forward, you get to the scene, Butcher try to ask Ryan to be with him. Ryan said he don't have nothing to do with him.
good. Because
And
I was
then we
like,
thought,
Butcher, you're evil. I was like,
yeah,
I was like, because he's like, oh, come live with me in Hawaii or whatever. And I was like, Ryan, you better not go with him, please. He's like, I want
yeah,
nothing to do with you. Good, good. Because Butcher is insane and evil. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, he is
And then,
crazy.
he see Tara, and then he goes, like you said, he went back and tried to kill all the soups with the virus.
Yes. Oh,
And then,
yeah. You know what? I'm gonna have I have a minor complaint about before he tries to in this Homelander part. So Homelander is trying. He's reading the speech before everybody attacks him. He's trying to convince the world that he is like the new Jesus. He is Jesus. He is God. He is
hmm
he is the guy. What I didn't like, which could have been easy and cheap to film, is we only saw the room watching him do this speech, not the U.S. I wish we would. You know what I'm talking about. In movies, you have like a
yeah, yeah,
speech.
yeah, because
If
he
we
was
would
in
have had
press
it be like a
off.
little bit more worldwide, I would have been like, "Oh, this is impacting people all over the world. Like they are frightened." I didn't feel that sense at all when he declared this, that it was like a large sense because they kept it so tight and people in rooms, people in rooms. How hard is it to film like people in different outfits in different little locations watching the TV being like genuinely afraid? Like I didn't feel the fear that should have been feared for these people seeing what he was saying, especially at the very end. Like
Yeah,
we only saw the one room of like 50 people. I don't know. It
yeah,
felt so incredibly small scale. I get it. You're not going to show us like a lot of CGI. I get it. But I'm not talking about CGI. I'm talking about I I guess I do have a complaint about it because I'm like y'all are not making me feel like this is like impacting more than like 50 people. Sorry.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, but nah, you good. Yeah. So how you feel about Huey taking out Butcher?
Oh, well, Butcher had to die for sure.
Yeah.
It's
Just like
good that,
Homeland, because he
yeah,
wasn't gonna. He said himself he wasn't gonna stop.
it was like they were both insane in their own kind of like objectives. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just insane. They're going to do whatever it takes to reach their goals no matter what, no matter who they kill or who they hurt. So,
Hmm.
I do like that it was Huey the one that killed Butcher. It really needed to be something like that because Huey was always pretty much like, well, up until more recently, more ride or die with Butcher. Not up until recently because Butcher kept getting more crazy, but Huey couldn't let that happen because not all the soups are bad. Just like now, this a lot of soups have realized, like A Train, not all humans are worthless. They're seeing the humanity within people. Like soups are human too, right? Like we can't
Yeah.
just kill them all. So, and I don't think he's just doing it for Starlight and Kamiko. He knows that there are good soups out there. Just the ones in the show that we focus on are the bad ones mostly. But I mean, I'm glad that it happened because Butcher would he was just off the rails. He was crazy.
Yeah, it was. And then they all went their separate ways. And Huey and Starlight, which that happened in comics, they end up living happily ever after.
Yeah,
And
that
Mother's
the thing
Milk
with
got his.
Huey living or working at his dad's shop, I was like, how would his dad even have that shop still? Also, what the hell? I mean,
I
it doesn't
mean,
make sense though.
I'm sure with all the stuff that the boys were doing, they collected a lot of money. So like they was getting funded, and there was some money that they
Yeah,
probably
that's
took on the
true.
side. So I'm sure Huey had some money stacked
He
somewhere.
might have had some money, yeah. Starlight probably had
Yes.
money too, working for the Seven. Like, I'm sure they didn't just take all her money,
Yeah,
right?
they ain't took
We
all
don't-
her money.
Yeah, I
So
didn't take all her money. Um,
yeah, but I
and she
think
was pregnant, and her baby, I think they named Robin after his
Robbie, that
ex
was
girlfriend.
weird. Naming after his ex girlfriend, that was weird.
Maybe they should have had put the middle name as Robin. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you know, like I'm Latin, so you can have a lot of names. So you could have had a middle name, which is normal, be Robin. I don't
But
know.
yeah,
It
I
is
don't.
weird doing it after his ex girlfriend. Honestly, I was like,
Yeah, that was
why would
weird.
Starlight care about that?
I don't know,
She
but
wouldn't.
yeah, not really.
Not as much as Huey, obviously.
Yeah, but I think the season overall, the season was fine. I think Bot Rising is gonna. It could be Bot Rising may also be about Bot earlier day, but I think I got a feeling that they're gonna kind of course correct some things that happened in season five of The Boys.
Yes, I think so too.
I think they're gonna course correct a few things that happened, and I think that we're gonna see. Probably, I think I see the guy to play come back. I can see probably Starlight, Aaron Montiori. I could see her come back. I could see a few of those the boys' characters come back for the modern day because I think they're gonna probably have the modern day in Bot Rising too. So
I like
how
that
you?
Ryan went with MM at the end because
Yeah,
MM had a family and he was, willing to do anything for his family too. And then also it was kind of like people were saying that, oh, it's kind of like the resolution with Soldier Boy because that's his grandson. And I was like, I guess, but
well,
not really.
Butcher told to take Ryan back then.
Yeah,
He told him to
he
take
told him.
Ryan.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why too.
so yeah, he kept his promise.
But I
'Cause
do like that Ryan is with a more of a normal family and not living with Butcher and his crazy ideas. Hawaii or
yeah,
something weird like that. What a terrible way for that kid to grow up. Like honestly.
yeah. So, but overall, I didn't hate the last episode. I thought it ended the way it needed to end. It did. I don't think that was is never gonna be perfect. I do think I like this series finale more than I did Stranger Things for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like
For
people.
sure. If you're gonna compare them to like season 5, The Boys was much better than season 5, Stranger Things.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
had like $500 million budget in Stranger Things. I don't know what the budget was for season 5. but I don't think they got that much.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think they got
like when
that
I
much.
hear people complain about this. See, I'm like, y'all acting like this is like Stranger Things level
No,
of ending.
it is
Like,
not.
no,
No, I mean, there's definitely criticisms. There's critiques. Overall, the season was okay, and I thought the season finale was a finale. Like it did end. It did give us it give us some conclusions to a lot of the characters, at least our main characters. Maybe not all the plot lines and story points that they gave us, but we do pretty much know what happens to all of them. You know.
what do you? What's your predictions? We talked about Bob Rise a little bit. What's your predictions on the boys, Mexico?
Ooh, wait, what time period is the Boys Mexico? Modern day time, right?
In modern day time,
Modern
so
day time
what I'm saying we
could
probably will see
be
some of
a
the characters back.
situation that we had. Oh, fuck, what season was it? I think it was it season two? Well, no, season three when Soldier Boy comes in. That they had warehouses in Mexico that had Compound V. So I think it has something to do with that. I think it has something to
Hmm.
do with some of those warehouses with Compound V and like different kind of experimentation. So I think we're going to be seeing like different kind of soup experimentation that we're not seeing in the boys. But I don't know what
Also,
I don't know what the plot is going to be. But
I'm glad that Diego Luna is going to
yeah,
be in it because he's really good. I liked him as Cassian Andor, so it's cool that he's
yeah,
going to be in the move in the show. So I don't know, but I think I'm probably more excited about Bob Rising because I want to
yeah,
see how this Stormfront corrupts Soldier Boy and
yeah. With
like
her
how
Nazi
did they.
rhetoric.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like how did all that formula? I see they got an African American up in there too, so I'm like, how is this gonna work? How are they gonna do this? So we just have to wait and see next year. Did you see the trailer for it?
Yes, I did see the trailer for it.
Okay,
There's a
like I
lot of
said,
like noir things. It's kind of giving me like a little bit of noir vibes. Like I feel like is noir trending again? Because we get like spider noir coming up too. We've kind of got this like 50s kind of. We'll see what the plot is, but it's
we'll
giving me
see. I
kind of
think it's
like
gonna
a
be.
noir feeling.
I don't know, but I think yeah, I think they're gonna tackle on the war. But overall,
Mhm.
I like the season, and it was fun covering it. Is it the best thing that I've seen this year? No. I
As
think
for a TV
Invincible.
show, no, it's not
Yeah.
the best thing I've seen this year. But is it the worst thing I've seen this year? Also, no. Do I
No.
think that a lot of the characters also or actors had really good performances? Yeah, some of them had really good scenes, you know? Did I
Yeah.
also think it was a huge promo for Vought Rising that we didn't necessarily need? I also think that as well. So,
And they didn't do nothing with the Gen V characters. Again, they probably did that because
no,
they canceled the show.
I know. They
So
canceled the show. They kind of like shoehorned them in for like two scenes or three scenes in the show, and they're just quite useless in the show.
right,
They're
right,
quite
and
useless in the
it's just a
show.
wrap there. So they
Yeah,
just
so
canceled this. So
it kind of sucks because then it's like, then what was the point of Gen V then if it was not to use these characters and you know what I'm saying? Like bring
right.
them to do something. It's all right. I did overall like Gen V watching it. I was
Hmm.
hoping it would have more of an impact in season five since it's right before season five. Um,
Right. So, but yeah, yeah, it's unfortunate. I did like season two of Gen V. I wasn't a fan of season one, but I did like season two. So, I mean, but I think the boys Mexico may bring them back to some degree. So you never know.
I
But
think it'll be good that they start off with fresh characters, fresh storylines. Maybe they just gotta keep it. I like a show that keeps it kind of like simple, like pare it down. Just give us like we know where we're going. I feel like this season like had a lot of things going on, but we really just needed to keep our main plot. We had a bunch of side quests that we didn't need. So hopefully they do that more so in The Boys Mexico and just keep it really tight. Like we want to get invested into our characters, like our main characters.
right,
And all these other side
right,
characters. Even though, for example, I like Oh Father, but he was just cool. I like David Diggs, but that's pretty much it.
yeah. But
He didn't give us that much.
I rate this series. I rate this series as a 7.5, maybe 8 in entirety. because it wasn't perfect, but it was really good piece of television for the last 5 years. So I say the whole boy series was like a 7.5, maybe close to an 8, which ain't bad.
I'm trying to think what I would rate the whole series. I would probably give it a little bit less. We had some like really weak seasons, probably like a 6 or 6.5.
Wow, that's really low. It
Not that
wasn't
low.
bad.
I could be much lower. It can be much lower. I mean it's watchable. I don't know if it's rewatchable.
I do want to
The
kind of
first
look back
season,
at
yes.
it because there's some stuff that I was looking at certain episodes or whatever, but there was definitely like some stuff that they took a lot of liberties on with the source material. Because I got the books in my room, I got all the boys stuff, so I read
So,
them. It's crazy. It's crazy.
well, yeah, the comic books, it's like the characters are like really unlikable. We have to have some likability because it's television. You want viewers to watch it,
Yeah.
like as
Yeah.
many viewers as possible to watch it.
And
So,
I'm cool with that. So, but definitely, yeah, I think that just I don't know, but I think it was satisfying. I was happy how the deep went. I think, and I'm happy that Huey and Starlight got their happy ever after.
yeah,
And I just wanted a little bit more stakes. It seemed like more of the seven went out more than the boys. He only took out
yeah,
one member of the boys.
that's
He
true.
didn't really. He just took out all the seven people. A Train, Firecracker, Noir, like all the seven just was gone deep. Everybody was gone from the seven, and Homeland at the end. So it was just like all the seven members. The boys, the only person that left was Frenchie and Butcher. That was it. Which we knew Butcher
Yeah,
was gonna go.
we have much more of the boys, which like you said, could be they could be reprising their roles for something else coming up in the future potentially. Who knows?
Yeah,
Who
but
knows? Maybe in the Bot Rising season 2 in modern day times.
I do want to see the actors do other things because when you sit with actors, they play a role for such a long time. You just see them as the role. So I
Yeah,
hope that all of them kind of do
break out
something.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah, like definitely the guy that played the Deep. I hope he finds something that's a little bit way different from what he played, and hope he succeed with it. Anthony Starr, Carl Urban, I ain't worried about them. They kind of already solidified. So,
Yeah.
but the rest of them, I want them to see them do something else outside of this. So, hopefully,
I did see something like the actor that was playing like Black Noir said online that maybe there was early talks about a potentially Black Noir spin-off, but that's not happening.
yeah, he gone. He's gone. He
Yeah.
probably was pushing it, trying to wish for it, but it wasn't gonna happen.
Right. Yeah. And when I
So,
mean
but
early
yeah,
talks, I mean like maybe a conversation.
yeah. He tried to push for it. It ain't gonna happen. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Ball Rising in Mexico, and I think we good. I think it's done. I done said my piece about it and talked about it, and now I'm just looking forward to Spider Noir and see how House of the Dragon's gonna be, and we're going into the end of Euphoria. The episode just dropped
Oh.
just a couple hours ago
Yeah, and also From, of course. Which I think this week it's a day off, right? Because they take a
because of
2 week
Memorial Day
Memorial
tomorrow.
Day. So I would say overall, I'm glad I watched The Boys. Saw it from when it first came out, right in 2019. I've been watching The Boys. I was excited. I do not have superhero fatigue. I like superhero stuff. This is anti
Nah,
superhero stuff, but I like The Boys. I'm glad I watched it. I'm glad it's over in a way that is satisfying enough. I'm glad they gave us some conclusions and resolutions. Maybe not for everything, but probably for the most important things that maybe we were thinking about as viewers of the show. I'm definitely going to watch The Vault Rising and The Boys Mexico. And honestly, I'll probably watch any spinoff from The Boys just to
I will too.
continue with the universe, whether it's in
Yeah,
the past or the future or the present in whatever timeline they decide to go on. So,
yeah. I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see how it turns out. But yeah, I'm good. I like I said, I enjoyed it from 2019 to all the way now, and they've been consistent. Even through COVID, they stayed consistent with the show, so that's
it's
good.
true. That is
Yeah.
good. Well, Spear, I want to say thank you for having this wrap up podcast with me on The Boys. We did have one podcast talking about the first couple of episodes, and now here are our final thoughts with The Boys, the whole season, and the finale. But I will definitely say that if there's any more Boys material coming out with Vought Rising, you'll be my guy, and we'll be talking about it when it comes out.
Yeah. We're gonna think the next thing we're gonna probably talk about is From, correct?
Oh yeah, from is from got a lot of things. From is something else.
Yeah.
From is something else from The Boys. From is
Yeah.
like detective work on our part as the audience, which is kind of fun. So,
Yeah.
but all right. Thanks, guys. And I will see you in the next podcast. Thank you, Spear, for coming on. And I'll see you guys later.
See you later.